What's up? You guys doing all right? Sweet. All right, man. Here we go. Rig breakdown video number 2. Today we're talking about the Marshall 1960 BV. I know a lot of people are excited to hear about this, so hang tight. Let me get through my spiel, and then we'll start talking about the cab. Cool? All right. So, if you're watching this on Instagram, make sure you follow this page so you don't miss out on any content. I got some good stuff lined up, so you don't want to miss out. If you're watching it on YouTube, you should be subscribing to this channel. Mash that button, and then hit that bell notification button up there in that corner. Looks like a little tiny bell. It will give you a message every time I go live or anytime I post new content. That way you don't miss out on anything. The Slipknot video that I posted last week, the cover for Before I Forget, the 2 videos that I posted with the IGTV video included, the total views was like just under 900. Maybe right closer to 900. And that means a lot to me. I really sincerely appreciate it. Thank you so much. If you commented or if you liked the video, I promise you it means the world to me. It really does. I got another Slipknot cover going to come up here in the next few weeks, so be sure you don't miss out on that. You don't miss out if you follow and subscribe. All right, let's talk about what you guys got for Christmas. If you guys got some cool shit for Christmas, I want to hear about it. Tell me in the comment section below what you got. Send me a picture. I'd love to see what you got for Christmas. If you got new guitars, or if you got a new amp, maybe you got some pedals, or even if you got some cool band shirts like this Machine Head shirt. I want to see what you got. I always like to hear from people, see what they got for Christmas. So send me some pictures. Tell me what you got. Cool? Awesome. Zang. Remember? Wayne's World. Anyway. All right. Let's talk about the Marshall 1960 BV straight front cab. Now, the Marshall BV, the BV stands for Black Vintage. This is the Marshall Vintage cab. My tape's coming off and my string lights are getting wild. Probably going to have to take these down here pretty soon because the tape's not holding up. But anyway, back to the cab. I love this cab. I love Marshall. I wouldn't play anything else. You know, there's just so many good things that I can say about this cab. The sound quality is phenomenal. It sounds unlike anything else I've ever played through. The clarity, the thump, the balls of it. It's got everything you look for. It's a very well-rounded tone that comes out of these speakers. Now, a lot of that is also your head, but what you get out of here is important. You want to have something that is reliable and something that is durable and tested, and something that will stand up to the rigors of playing out and cranking it up loud. And this Marshall completes all those things. It checks all those boxes. I've had this particular cab for over 12 years now, and I've played every show except one with this cab. And I love it. I wouldn't trade it for anything. And some of the cool things that I liked about this cab the day I got it are still the same things that I like now. It's a classic. It's iconic. It's Marshall. There's not much that needs to be said about it. Very simply, what's inside this? You've got 4 Celestion G12 70-watt speakers. The cab is 280 watts capable, so it can handle up to 280 watts of power. This head alone is only 120 watts, so it can handle twice that power. It's got an impedance selector switch on the back where you can go between 4 and 16 ohms. You can also do mono and stereo, which will give you 8 ohms. I'm not a big tech guy on that kind of stuff, so that stuff's a little kind of like speaking French to me. I'm not really sure what all that means. I just take the advice of people that I know won't screw me on this, and they say, you want to set it on this, and you want to match your head to this. Bada bing, bada boom. There you go. It's got the mesh grille with the black Tolex. It's got caster wheels on the side. It's got 4 caster wheels, obviously. There are heavy-duty industrial strength wheels. And for 12 years of playing shows and taking this cab pretty much everywhere I go when I play, they've held up very nicely. It comes with a huge Allen wrench to put those in the bottom. You have to screw them in. And yeah, man, like I said, it's a classic. You can also get it in an angled cab version, which is the 1960 AV, where it's a little slanted. I don't like the slanted cabs. I like the straight front cabs. Just particular taste. It doesn't mean anything other than I just like the way that it looks for uniformity. I like them to be flat and pretty straight front. If you do notice that I have my cab on its side, that is something that I came to on my own decision, just testing things out one day. We were doing a show with the previous band where we played a stage that had a really weird type of flooring. It was a wood floor, but the sound didn't carry very far. And because I wasn't able to really hear what was going on, we didn't have a PA system at the time, I decided to put my cab on the side and see if maybe that changed how I felt in the floor, the carrying of the sound, which it actually did. I could feel what was happening in the floor a little bit better, and it actually changed the resonance of the sound, so it carried a little bit better. And after I did that, I just decided that every time I would play with this particular cab, I would just turn it on the side. And if I can't hear what I'm playing, which I don't have to necessarily rely on the sound that I hear, I can rely more on what I feel. And if I can feel that my amp is thumping and I feel it in the floor, then I know I'm doing okay. So it's just, like I said, personal preference. I can't really tell you for sure that you're going to like that, but try it and see what happens. See if you notice a change, if you see any kind of difference in your sound, and if you do, let me know. I've tried this cab side by side with some other cabs, different brands. I tried it with the Blue Voodoo 412 cab, and they have very different tonalities. They don't sound anything alike. One's got more mids, one's got more thump. This one's lacking in some of the gain or the clarity. And this one's got this. That's the reason why we try different stuff, is because we want to experiment and find what sounds the best to our ears. And like I said, I've tried different stuff. I've tried Crate, I've tried Randall's, I've tried some PV cabs, but I always go back to the Marshall. You just can't beat that Marshall sound. I think it's perfect. It's a little pricey. I think if you get online right now and try to buy one of these cabs, the 1960 BV, it's like $1,400, which is a lot of money. And I totally get when people say, I can't afford it, it's too expensive. I totally get it. I've been there. Going back to my discussion in my last video when I talked about good gear, you want to buy something that's affordable, something that's reliable, and something that sounds good, clearly. I mean, those are the three things that you look for when choosing gear. For me, the number one is always going to be reliability. If it's expensive, then I'll figure it out. But I don't want to buy crappy gear. Nobody wants to go out and buy gear that's going to break down in 2-3 months, and then you got to spend more money later down the road to buy something else. You want something that's durable, that's road tested, and something that's going to stand the test of time. Marshall does that. It's held up. I've had zero problems with this cab, and hopefully it'll be around for another 12, 13 years. I mean, what else could you want? I'm actually going to buy another one, hopefully sometime soon, maybe this year, because I'd like to have two. I grew up watching and idolizing Judas Priest, and the wall of Marshall stacks on the stage was just everything to me. Even though those were dummy cabs and they weren't even loaded or probably being used, that image was, yes, awesome metal, And it's the Priest. Come on, man. So the Marshall 1960 BV is the way to go for me. I love it. I won't play anything else. I'm more than happy with this cab. It's never let me down. It's a little heavy. It weighs like 90 pounds or something. I mean, it's a little bit heavy. It's a little bit awkward to carry, but you know what? That's just the price you pay. So, yeah, go out, give it a shot, man. If you come across a Marshall and you have the grip to pay for it, go for it. Live a little, spend. Invest in your skills, right? Invest in your love. It's music. We want to play great stuff. We want to sound great. We also want to look good doing it, and this is the way to go. I'm a big believer in, if you want to be a professional, you got to have the professional gear, and this is what I have invested my money into. Is this Marshall and these PV? It's just the way to go, man. But that's my opinion. I'm just telling you how I like my rig and what I like, my preferences. Okay. Trying to think if I missed anything on this cab. I don't think so. I mean, the specs are really simple. It's a very, very simple design. There's not a lot to talk about other than the speakers and the impedance switch. That's pretty much about it. Now that I'm thinking about it, there's not a lot to it. But Marshall did a great job with these cabs. I know that for a short while back in the early 2000s, my buddy Marzi was running some Greenback speakers that he got for a very nice price. And I remember Greenbacks were kind of like highly sought after for a long time. I believe that's what Jimi Hendrix used back in the days. I can't afford those, so I'll stick with the classic, the 1960 vintage BV. It's all the way, man. It's sick, dude. Promise you. Test it out. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section below. Tell me if you like Marshall, if you don't, or if you don't like Marshall, tell me what you like to run. I want to hear what you guys run on your gear. And in the next video, we will talk about my pedal board, which will kind of help give you guys a little bit of filling in the blanks of some of the things that I use pedal-wise. And I'm glad you guys checked these videos out, and stay tuned for the next one. All right? That's it. I don't have anything else to talk to you guys about. I hope you have a great weekend. Make your week awesome. Go out there and kick some ass. And stay tuned, because I've got some more album reviews coming up here pretty soon. I've got a couple new CDs I've just been listening to, and I'm going to do some reviews on those, and I'm going to give you guys the down low on that shit. So hang tight. And that's it. If you guys have any questions, feel free to pop them in the comment section below. Tell me what you think. Other than that, I will see you guys next time. Later.